place in 1979 when I was 7 years old.
Do you know that song, the one by the Beach Boys? I wish they all could be California girls. I live in California, but I'm not a good California girl. The Beach Boys say, the West Coast has the sunshine and the girls all look so tan. But I look in the mirror and I am too fat. Also, I have a scar on my lip and a smushy nose. But can I tell you a secret? I am from the planet Zablots. It's that bright one right up there. It's true. On the planet Zablots, no one calls anybody ugly. Also, there is no broccoli. Someone tried to grow broccoli once and he was beheaded. Today, I'm at the beach with my dad's girlfriend, Tamara, and her daughter, Summer. Me and Summer are the same age, and we run and run into the waves. Tamara doesn't come with us because she is too busy getting so tanned. My daddy says that we live with Tamara and Summer because my mama is an unfit lesbian. Also, she lives on lesbian separatist women's land. All the women who live there, they spell it W-O-M-Y-N, so that there's no man in the word. But I think that is goofy. My mom could write me letters, though. She wrote me one letter. She said that she was watching TV in her house in the woods and she heard a noise outside, so she looked and there was a deer. And that deer was watching the TV too. That's pretty great. On Monday, we are late for school. We are always late for school because Tamara has to spend a lot of time looking in the mirror and making sure that she does not have any wrinkles. But today we're extra late because we were watching Kingdom of the Spiders on TV. It has William Shatner in it, you know, Captain Kirk from Star Trek. And then at the end, the spiders all ate everybody in the whole town. When Tamara drops us off, Summer runs ahead so she can pretend like she doesn't know me. Summer has a lot of friends at school and they're all named Jennifer. And the Jennifers don't like me, so at school, Summer doesn't like me either. But on Saturdays we go in the water and we stay for so long that our fingers turn into raisins. And then Tamara has to watch, because when our lips turn blue, that means we're too cold and we have to get out. At school, I sit by myself. Mrs. Hoke says that we need partners for the project, and all the Jennifers run to the other side of the room, like I'm gonna handcuff them to my desk. And then they all say, Sage, Sage, she lives in a cage. So I just sit by myself until Mrs. Hoke says that I will be partners with Jason and David because I don't have a partner. But on Saturdays, me and Summer wait, and the wave is so high behind us, and when it comes, we swim and swim and swim and swim, and if I can just swim hard enough, I will make it to Zablots, where they always assign partners at school, and nobody is ever lonely. After class, I go to the soccer field. I used to try to eat lunch in the cafeteria, but whenever I sat down, everybody would just move to a different table, so I ate at the soccer field. Right now, I'm reading Louise Fitzhugh's story. It's called Harriet the Spy. Have you read this? I know a secret, which is that Harriet also comes from Zablots, because she always says everything she thinks, and she writes in her notebook instead of going shopping at the mall for clothes with Tamara. I was gonna ask Louise Fitzhugh how to get to Zablots, but she died. My daddy says that maybe the kids at school don't know I want to be their friend, so that I should have a party. So I fill out a whole pile of Wonder Woman cards I put one on every desk in my class. When tallest Jennifer comes in, I go right up to her because my daddy says I should make an effort, and I say, "Hi, Jennifer, I'm having a party. I'm gonna have cake and ice cream. Also, I have Barbies. I don't actually like Barbies because all you can do is take off their clothes and put them on, but I don't know, maybe Jennifer likes Barbies." And she says, "You are fat and ugly. I would rather die than go to your party." So, by the end of the day, there's a lot of Wonder Woman cards in the garbage. And I don't have a party. But on Saturday, me and Summer are coming back from the beach, and we see the Carlsons. They just got back from a ski trip, and so they beckon us across, and we go. And they get a big red cooler from the trunk, and then I feel something cold on my arm, and it is a snowball that they brought back from their ski trip. I never saw a snowball before. I live in California. Mrs. Carlson is already making a second one, and I throw it at Summer. And it is so hot that the snowball melts the second it hits the driveway.
Do you know that Margie Adams song from 1986? And now that I am grown, my best friend lives inside of me. You probably don't. It wasn't very popular on Earth in 1986, but it has been #1 on Zablots since 1986, all the way up to 2018. So I'm riding the subway in Toronto, and I'm listening to that song, and I hear a man yelling. And I take off my headphones, and he's saying, "How are you going to defend this woman from what I'm saying?" And my first thought is, I'm going to defend her by getting off the subway, but my body has different ideas. And I look down, and I am striding the length of the subway car. He is easy to spot. He is sitting here, and across from him is a young woman. He is staring at her, and she is staring at the floor. And then he looks up and sees me. You with the blue hair. You are the ugliest woman I have ever seen in my life. The most you could hope for is that someone thinks you're acceptable." And his words sound so familiar, and I'm racking my brain, and I realize, oh wow, it's like my 13-year-old self is possessing the body of this man on the subway. And I really, really want to say, oh my God, okay, like welcome to 2018. For one thing, it turns out Doogie Howser is gay. But he's already talking again. And fat. You are incredibly fat. No one on this subway car can bear to look at you, you ugly, fat, blue-haired lesbian. And in my head, I am laughing. Because being called a lesbian is ranks #2 in compliments you can give me, right under smart. I mean, yes, I am horrified by the great joy this man is taking in saying words that he thinks I'm going to be repeating to myself as I cry mascara tears into the mirror. But he has no idea that I made peace with my body while Ronald Reagan was still President of the United States. A guy sitting nearby says, "Hey, time to be quiet." And he is for a little while. But when it's obvious that I'm not getting off the subway car, he says, "Get away from me, you ugly freak! You look like a female grizzly bear." Okay, lesbian grizzly bear is totally the name of the coffee shop I'm going to open in January. If you mention this story, you get a free latte. I can only think of 2 things to say. And the first thing is what my mom would have said in all sincerity. "You seem so distressed. how can I help you? But I don't actually want to help him, so I don't say that. And then there's what I really want to say, which is, sir, I was bullied when I was little by girls named Jennifer. I knew girls named Jennifer. Girls named Jennifer were my enemy. And you, sir, are no girls named Jennifer. So I just stand there silently as he says, I'm good looking. Everybody on this subway car can see it, and you're hideous. I should know. We pull into St. George subway, and the young woman gets off, and so I do too. When I get home, my son can see that I'm rattled, and he asks what happened, and I tell him. And he's 6 feet tall, 20 years old. He gives me a big hug, and he says, Mama, you are so smart and funny. You tell such good stories. You are so worthwhile. That man on the subway wanted to know who was going to defend that woman. And so I stood there silently and I watched. And he did not say another word to her. And that's how I defended her. And I am never going to be a wasp-waisted plastic girl standing by a palm tree. The Beach Boys wanted us all to be California girls. Here is my California girl. 7 years old, sweaty and chubby, laughing so hard she is snorting. Scarred upper lip, smushy nose, so exquisitely beautiful. You can hardly bear to look. Thank you very much.